Mercedes is moving in the right direction after a bad start to the season. Now the team confirms that they'll bring upgrades to Silverstone with the aim of pushing the car forward and further up the field. Do these upgrades mean Ferrari and Red Bull Racing should watch out? Lewis Hamilton trialed experimental parts once again during the Canadian Grand Prix weekend that left him without sufficient dry running at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Lewis Hamilton is hoping that Mercedes reduce the number of experiments they run on his W13 car during Grand Prix weekends. After the team took a step forward in Canada, Hamilton was back on the podium for the first time since the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix as he fought his way to the third-place finish with a car he branded as undrivable during practice. His complaints came with the team running yet another experiment on his car in the hopes of unlocking some extra performance. Hamilton has regularly volunteered as a guinea pig this season with Mercedes testing new parts on his car. Experiments have often left him playing catch-up to the teammate George Russell. Maybe the second half of the season George can do the experiments, Hamilton said. But the 7-time world champion is hoping that progress as Montreal means fewer experiments and more problem-free track time during practice sessions. We're just trying to progress as a team. I think we'll be a little bit more cautious on doing too many experiments as it really does affect you through the weekend. Especially if you only have FP1 and FP2 in the dry, you don't get an FP3, he said. I think there are a lot of learnings from the weekend and improvements that we can make moving forwards. But you know, we had a great pace. It's so nice to see. It's not always been the case with this car. Hamilton had set his team the target of delivering him a car capable of fighting for a race, wins in the time for the British Grand Prix, which is now under 2 weeks away. During the final laps in Montreal, the 37-year-old for a moment thought his request had been granted as he prepared for a shootout with Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. But the W13 is still lacking the pace to truly challenge the front runners, although Silverstone is expected to be a track more suited to the Mercedes' strength. Moving on to Silverstone and such an important race for us and me, I really just want to be in battle with these guys, he continued. At the end of the race in Canada, when the safety car came in and we started again, I was hoping that I could be in the fight. The dream was that I could keep in that battle with them and find a way but they were too fast. But we'll get there. The team already showed improved form in Montreal after raising the car's ride height to try to alleviate the car's porpoising. That problem plagued them all season, and now they've even more upgrades in store to get even closer to their rivals. One thing you can be sure of is that we'll push as hard as we can, said Mercedes technical director Mike Elliott in a video from Mercedes. We'll bring new parts to Silverstone, we'll push the car forward and try to get some speed. We are going to use and add new parts. Mercedes had already added upgrades to their car before the Spanish Grand Prix, and this worked out well as both drivers achieved a place in the top 10. They also hope that the new upgrades will allow them to regain control of the asphalt during a home race in the United Kingdom. I think we have to be honest with ourselves and say that we're a bit behind the leaders. Red Bull and Ferrari, in a normal race it'll be tough, Elliott continues with an expectation for Silverstone. Silverstone is a circuit that suits us better, like Barcelona, but maybe it'll be difficult. Whatever happens, we'll do everything we can, we keep pushing and we definitely want to win. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button to not miss any Formula 1 news.